Alright, hello Susan and Eric. I was just going to walk you through some projects I've been doing lately. I think this is one of the best sequences of projects that I have, and I'll try and send you links to these at the end of this too. So I kind of do two concepts, both messaging and shape drawing, all in a row. So I think the first one I start with is just this drawing shapes one, where they have to make this little guy draw the different shapes. I think it starts off drawing a triangle, and then I have them edit the code to do a square, pentagon, an hexagon, all that stuff. And we talk about these exterior angles and how those are the angles that are key for making the turn right. So I think I have them just go in the starter project, starts with the triangle, and then they have to edit this code. They have to figure out that this angle, so if like they were doing a 5-sided shape, you can do it 5 here, and then this angle is 360 divided by 5, because you always turn 360 degrees each time. So whatever, I have them use a calculator to do, if you do 360 divided by 5, you get 72. So then I have them practice making the other shapes. So that's kind of the first project, is that shape drawing one. And then after that, I have them do this messaging one. I think we've talked about that one before, where they just basically have these 3 buttons send like a message to the actor, and then the actor follows and dances or whatever. Just talk about the point of messaging and how it's used to communicate. So I do that messaging one. And then I combine those two concepts, the shape and the messaging idea, into this shape drawing competition. And so this is like when I go over the competition, I explain it and say this is what they're trying to make. So they got to make these buttons work, basically. And I let them work with a partner on this, and they think it's really fun. So I call it a competition because it's the first group that can get all these buttons working correctly wins, or the first couple groups. And so what they start off with is just a project that just draws the pentagon, and then they have to make all the other buttons work themselves. And it goes pretty well. They have to know both the shape knowledge and the broadcast, because you're broadcasting a message from the button to the little turtle. And so they have to know those two things to make it work. And it's pretty fun. I did it yesterday, and they were really into it. And I usually do one round, and some kids can finish in literally like 4 or 5 minutes. They can get all these buttons working. So after that, I sort of do like a second round, and I tell them they have to make 3 new buttons. One that draws a half circle, one that draws a rectangle, and one that draws a nonagon, 9-sided. And so I just say, okay, round 2, I write it up on the board, say here are the 3 new buttons you have to make, and get the turtle to draw that. And tons of them are able to get that too. And the groups that go kind of slower, they just keep working on the 4 basic buttons. And again, I do that as like a competition, so I start them all at the same time. I don't send out the starter project till they're all logged in. I have them all logged in and ready to go, and then I hit go, and they do it. And it's kind of fun. I call it like a programming competition. It's a little bit different, but they had a lot of fun with that yesterday. And then the final one from that I go off of that, so is this like painting one, which I think Susan was interested in the other day. And it's another one that I think they end up liking a ton. There's a starter project for it, and the finished project looks like this, where they can click and draw a line, and then the up arrow makes the line thicker, the down arrow makes it thinner, and they can pick a color, and they can pick it up and set it down. So it's just another kind of one that they like. And there's a clear button, and some of them can figure out how to make a rainbow button. That's kind of a neat challenge for the more advanced kids, is they can make this rainbow button, looks like that. And then the fun part with this is they find lots of ways to enhance it. Like they make the background something strange. So let's see if I can find some examples here. And they basically make the background like a picture of Justin Bieber, or tic-tac-toe board, or a connect the dots one. And they kind of makes for some unique projects. I'm trying to see if I can find some of these from the other quarters. Drawing shapes, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, so here's an example of one where she made all these different things, and then you could take your little thing and color it in like this, and then you could start to make little Christmas bulbs and stuff like that on your tree. Whoops, kind of messed it up. Clear. But they make different backgrounds like that. Let's see if I can find another one. Must not have put many in their showcase that did that. But that's kind of the idea, and it's kind of a fun one. They do end up having some really creative drawing ones on that. Let's see if I can find another one on that. Drawing. Oh yeah, so here's just, I guess this is one that I made, but basically you can just take whatever you want as your background, and then you can make like a Justin Bieber thing where you end up drawing all over Justin Bieber. An eye patch. Make it a little thinner. Draw that. So anyways, there's lots of different ways you can go with that. And I saw some really creative ones. And that uses the broadcast and a few other things. So I'll try and share these with you. I'm not really sure how to share all this stuff in Tynker, but hopefully you get a bunch of these projects, and I think it's a pretty good sequence that the kids like. Alright.